Hello and welcome to part two. Before we dive into the subject of our email, I wanted to apologize. I got a text message up here in my last video. We had pizza downstairs and it was a whole thing, but my notifications are off. I apologize for that. But let's go ahead and dive into our subject. As I said earlier, subject is one of the most important things in our emails, so we need to get it right. We're going to keep it short. We are going to make sure that we are not wordy. We are going to be specific, capitalize the first word in major words such as these. And at the end of this presentation, I have links to helpful sites, and one of those sites will automatically capitalize your subject line for you. Very helpful. And include a date if needed. So, this or that, we are emailing a professor about an absence. We have three options. Out of our three, I want you to point up which one you think is best. We have number one, I was gone in class today and need to know what we did. Number two, we have the date, absence, missing work. And number three, absence. Out of the three, which one is the perfect length if we're keeping it short between 3 to 8 words? Number two. It's just right. This one it's almost a book, basically. And then number three is really short and it's really vague. So number two gives us just the right amount of detail. Now, for wordiness, number one or number two. I was gone this date. Am I missing anything? Number two, we have the date, absence, missing work. While technically number one gives you all the details that you need, there's just a few words that we can get rid of. And number two gets the point across just as much as number one. So number two is our best answer. Now, this or that with being specific, number one or number two. Needing more time on subject assignment versus two, need to turn in my assignment late. I'm going to give you a second to think about this one. This is a little tricky. Number one is more specific. We have subject assignment here, so when your professor sees this, he will know which assignment you're referring to. With number two, my assignment is very vague, and this could mean many different things. So please try and be specific in your subjects. Now with capitalization, number one, needing more time on subject assignment, or two. One or two. Number one, everything is capitalized except for our on, which isn't a major word. On number two, this is pretty random, but if you follow this generator that is on the last slide, this will do this for you automatically. So there's no need to memorize a certain formula or something for this. All right, including a date. This one's pretty obvious, number one or number two. See, we have in number one, we have the word today, but your professor may not see this on the exact day that you send it. So he could be thinking that today is really the next day or days from now. So it's very important, if it is necessary, to include a date. So number two is our winner. All right, let's talk about our purpose. The best rule of thumb with purpose is to start with, I'm emailing you because, just trust me, this is very, very clear. It is polite and it is grammatically correct and it's setting you up for success. And all you have to plug in after this is why you're emailing your professor. You're going to keep it short and specific like your subject line and include dates and times if needed. So, sound familiar? Yeah. All right. Now we're going to look at what we're starting with. Number 1. I'm emailing you because I was absent from your class on Tuesday and would like to know if we've any work missing. Number 2. I was gone from class. Am I missing something? Just which one do you feel is more polite, formal, and respectful? This first one, right? All right. I won't bore you with reading this one, but with keeping it short, we can see that number 2, which is what I just read, is short and to the point. We do not have to include details like being super sick, how we're sick, and all these extra words. So this should be a relief that you don't have to include a million words in your emails. Professors prefer something short and to the point, but still including the details that you need. Now with being specific, number 1, I'm emailing you because I was gone from class and don't want to fail college. Number 2, I'm emailing you because I was absent from your class on Tuesday and would like to know if I have any work missing. Number 2 is our winner. This is our reason why. He wants to know if we have any work missing. Number 1 is very vague. None of us want to fail college, of course, but what do you need from the professor that is going to help you not fail college? So number 2 is our winner. And including dates and times. So you can see just by glancing that number 1 does not have our date. Number 2 does, and this is going to help your professor know how they can better help you. Now let's talk about our ask for help. We are almost there. Thank you for being so patient. Your ask for help is very, very important. I want you to be considerate of your professor or your boss, whoever you're emailing. I want you to be considerate of their time. Their time is very, very valuable. They're taking time out of their day to help you. So show that you care and you appreciate their time. So a good way to start your ask for help is when you have a free moment, comma, and then fill in what you need. Number 2, we need to be polite. Could you please, I would appreciate if, please and thank you, take you far. Pinky promise. Then we're going to keep it short and be specific. Also sound familiar? Yes. All right, let's get into it. So, let's look at these 2 ask for helps. Number 1, I need you to let me know what we did right now. Oh no. Number 2, whenever you have a free moment, would you please let me know what we did in class? Just by tone, which one do you feel is more considerate of the professor's time? Number 2 is our winner. When you have a free moment, this is a good phrase to use. Versus number 1, I need you to let me know what we did right now. It's very demanding. It doesn't allow the professor any time. And your professor, if they might just be really, really honest with you and say, try again, or no. So please be polite. All right. Again, we have that same pretty rude direct email. And then we have this word please in there. So number 2 is our winner. Please will get you very far. You can see by the length here, that number 1 is our winner. Whenever you have a free moment, would you please let me know what we did in class? Versus this is it. If you want to take a pause and read it, you can. But it's very wordy. The student is very scared of failing college, and just a lot of those details aren't necessary. So please try and keep it short, but include everything you need to. And be specific. Number 1, whenever you have a free moment, just let me know. Okay. Number 2, whenever you have a free moment, would you please let me know what we did in class? That number 1 leaves you on a cliffhanger. Just let me know. Just let me know what exactly. So this is keeping it really short, but we still need to be specific on what we need. Again, this is our go-to template. I'm going to leave a link in the description for this template that you can use for every time that you are emailing your professor. So we're going to send a new email to Mr. Edgar. Your subject is email test 2. In your own words, I want you to say that you missed class and you want to know what happened. But now I want you to go by this template and include all of this. So go ahead and pause the video, and actually I'll just wrap it up right here. But go ahead, send your professor an email. Thank you so much for having me. These are some helpful links for you that capitalizing your email is very, very helpful. Some great examples and some other templates. So thank you for having me. I appreciate your time, and happy emailing. And feel free to email me if you need any help in the future.